Hello everyone, welcome to the video. I'm really excited today because I'm going to be channeling Jesus. I have a feeling he wants to talk about, the world situation and what's going on in the world today and the Ascension process and the new earth, things like that. So we'll see what he has to say, but before that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I've been getting a lot of you subscribing lately. It's really been helping me out a lot. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and just get into the channeling and see what he has to say. The first thing that I hear Jesus talking about is the Great Reset. And what we're going through at this time is called, what he's calling is the Great Reset. And I asked him the question, what is the Great Reset? What is this exactly? And he was saying, we are the Great Reset. We are part of this. We have signed up for this. But I am more asking him, what actually is it? He's saying it's a reset of energy on Earth, of vibrational frequency. All that is transmuting, there has to be something on the other side of that, a reset. Things are getting reset. He's likening it to like a clean slate because he's saying Earth really needs this at this time. Earth has needed this for a long time. This is a part of why Jesus came to Earth in the first place, is to give the people a chance here on Earth. Because in the past, it wasn't fair for us. The manipulation had gone too far on Earth. The energy had become too negative at times. And there was a lot of corruption. So with that being said, the divine intervention takes place. And you can call it what you like. But he likes to call it the Great Reset. He likes us to call this the action of what's going on here, the Great Reset. So he's likening it to a clean slate, a blank slate, so that we can create whatever we want to create out of our light, out of who we are, out of what we came here to do. We are getting more of a clean slate in the end. Whereas before, we were dealt a hand at times. It wasn't always as easy to get what you want or create what you want. You could still manifest things, but it wasn't to the extent that you can do it now. And he's still talking, we're at the beginning stages of this, but everything on the other side, it's already done. It's already been achieved. The energy that has been shifted towards the new earth, the ascension, it is already done. Yeah, he's just smiling and saying, this is already done, but it takes a while for this to manifest here on Earth. You can't just clean everything up in one try and expect everything just to go back to normal. You know what I mean? Jesus is saying the new earth, the Christ consciousness, is something that he's a part of. And he wants us to be a part of it too. He's smiling and saying, we already are a part of this. The new earth, the Christ consciousness. And he's giving me this feeling of opening his arms and welcoming all that walk towards the light, towards this path. And in the end, he knows that we will get there. But it will just take us time. Again, he's talking about this light as being contagious, this joy being all around us, encompassing all. He is saying, isn't this wonderful that we can experience this energy, this joy, if we just reach out and call upon it? we can create this from within us as well. He's saying this is all great and all, but in the end, some people do not feel this. They don't feel this connection to the divine, this connection to others. And what can they do? He's saying some of them may not feel connected in this whole lifetime, their whole lifetime here, and that's okay. They're playing that role. They're playing that contrast of the one that's not connected, doesn't feel connected, or isn't awake, or is lost. They are playing a role in this, is it one of their purposes? To play that contrast. Jesus is talking about the role of contrast on earth is really important. And that overall is going to lead us to where we need to go, into the new earth, is looking at this thing, this contrast. Not looking at things as if they're right or wrong, not looking at things politically, but looking at things in terms of vibrational frequency. So if you look at the vibrational frequency of someone that's very lost, Jesus is pointing out, then that's not a very high vibrational frequency, is it? And then when you look at someone who knows where they are going, they're driven, and they know who they are, and they know what they're doing, then that's a much more higher vibrational frequency. Talking about step one is just realizing that you're conscious of this contrast. So just beginning to place your focus upon these thoughts that are more high vibrational, these thoughts about yourself that are more high vibrational, and that will continue to extrapolate into your 3D reality. He's pointing at me this time, and he knows that I'm convinced that the angels are with me, and that the ETs that I communicate with are with me, and that I am communicating with them. But he says that I am waiting for something. I feel like that I'm waiting for something. And he wants me to go forth and take what I want. He wants me to not wait for what I want in my life, to go for it now. Because living in the moment is the most important, instead of looking in the future and saying, oh, I'll do it in the future, oh, I'll wait and do it. He's saying over time we learn that procrastination is not our best option at times. It's better to take action in the moment and see where that leads us. Even though it might be scary, it is what's best. He knows that I have self-doubts within myself, but he says, you will surprise yourself. You will surprise yourself over and over again as you continue to take these steps forward, these leaps of faith, because you have that light within you and you know who you are. You have the light on your side. This is indeed magical and will work wonders in your life. Because not everything that you see on this physical level or reality is what's happening behind the scenes. So he's saying this multidimensional reality, I'm picking up on this claircognizantly, but I'm trying to pick up on it. It's a lot, but so what I'm seeing in my reality now is not what's happening on the other side or multidimensionally with my consciousness or my reality. So the steps that I currently make in my reality now, that I'm making, have a momentum, a positive momentum that I can't see. So even though that some things may seem small in the present, they will become something else that I'm not aware of, that I will be surprised by in the end. But having this knowing within me that I need to make these certain action steps or go forth into my life and do what I want to do, that I know that I'm supposed to do, that I know that I want to do, if I go ahead and do those, then in the end, I will surprise myself and things will manifest that I don't not yet realize in this moment. And he's saying it's as simple as that. That's all. He's saying humans do this all the time. We're just putting a little bit of a spin on it and talking about the vibrational side of things. This indeed doesn't even need to be understood in the end if you know where you're going, if you know what to do and what action steps to make. But there is something to be said about being conscious of it and realizing that you are creating in the moment. So being conscious of your power, your light within you, that is indeed very important. Because it brings that energy to the surface, the energy of light. It brings it into your reality even more so when you know and you're conscious of the multidimensional side of yourself or the divine part of yourself, your higher self. And he is quite coming to the end now, but he says, in the end, when we realize, when we're conscious of who we really are, that is very empowering and very powerful and positive energy when we realize that. So in knowing that, becoming conscious and aware is very good. Because when that happens, our emotions, translate, they manifest into this physical world. Realizing that we are empowered, that we are powerful, and that energy manifests as well. He's saying there will be naysayers along my path and along other people's paths, but they are just that and nothing much more, and you don't need to focus there. And you won't even think about them if you don't really focus there. Because that energy is an old energy on Earth of speaking up about from people's own perspective, and things like having their opinions and like wanting them to project them onto other people and things like that. This energy is getting further and further apart from the new Earth energy, the new paradigm. So it's hard for, I notice in my life, it's hard for me to even focus over there on the old paradigm with these other people that are, speaking up about things, or about mean things on my post or different things like that about, the Bible. Oh, is it in scripture or something like that? Like, who cares? But I don't even really understand it anymore, and I don't even really pay attention to it anymore. Like, I tend to pay attention to more of the positive things that are said, because that's very uplifting for me and just what I'm drawn to in general. Like, I'm not really drawn to that low vibrational crap. Jesus is stepping back a little bit now, and he's saying, go with where you feel is right to you. And in the end, you will be on the right path. He's just talking about just noticing the emotions within you and the love that's within you and focusing on that, and that will expand. because whatever we focus on at this time is very important, because energy is moving faster and faster, and things are manifesting faster and faster. And this is a very crucial time for us, especially upon the Great Reset, to start with a clean slate and say, oh, now I'm no longer going to keep focusing on these negative things all the time. I'm going to go forward with this energy of love instead. But now he is stepping back now, and he is sending us his peace and love. And he is saying, where will you go next? Where will you go next? He's also saying that to me too. Oh, where are you going to go next in this video? But it's pretty awesome, his energy, isn't it? Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? I'm really starting to kind of get back into the channeling. I haven't been channeling a whole lot recently, so this was a little bit new to me, kind of getting back, into connecting with spirit. It's a little bit different, but it felt really good, and I was really excited to, connect with Jesus. And let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And if you have any other questions about what I'm talking about, let me know, and I would be glad to answer those. But yeah, make sure to like the video, and I'll see you next time.